to the site where World War I started, aka the Great War. Alright, so this was the road where Archduke Ferdinand and his wife were riding on. Now, over there, about maybe 200 yards down, there was an explosion. So, Gavril Princeps was drinking his coffee over here when an explosion happened down there. When that happened, many people were brought to the hospital, and Archduke Ferdinand and his wife wanted to go visit these people.
As Archduke Ferdinand and his wife is being driven down this road, his driver was supposed to make a left here, but instead they came down the wrong direction. They made a faithful U-turn. Now Princeps was here drinking his coffee when all of a sudden he saw an opportunity.
He pulled out his revolver as the Grand Duke and his wife made this turn here. He was standing right here. You can see his footprints. They made the right turn. He fired 2 shots. One which killed the Archduke, and one which killed his wife Sophia. So here's a monument from this place on 28th of June 1914. Gavrilo Princeps assassinated the heir to the Austrian-Hungarian throne, Franz Ferdinand, and his wife Sophia. We're standing on history, right here. This is where World War I started. Now, obviously, there was more than one event that sparked the war, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back. We call it that. So, this is right before they were assassinated. Massive empire of Austro-Hungary. The Ottoman Empire is down here. Sarajevo is part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, part of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, but they were a lot of Serbians lived in Sarajevo, as they still do today. So that's what sparked the war. Ferdinand, so I'm going to call them Archduke Franz Ferdinand and Empress Sophia, the heirs to the Austrian-Hungarian throne. So as we left the eastern quarter, we're now in the western quarter of the city. And now it's time to talk about the more recent events of the mid-90s. The fall of Yugoslavia created war across the entire region. You know, that was the 7 countries of Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, North Macedonia, Kosovo, which is still a disputed land territory. So in this region, though, you had Bosniaks, which are mainly Muslim. You had Serbs, which are mainly Orthodox. You had Croats or Croatians that are mainly Catholic. And this region suffered atrocities and war. There was a genocide, as you can see here, that killed more than 8,000 Bosniaks in July 11th, 1995. All right, well, I just got done visiting 3 different museums. Some of the more powerful museums I've ever visited. The first one was the gallery on the massacre, the genocide in 1995. The second museum was a museum dedicated to the Siege of Sarajevo. There was a lot of shelling. It was the longest siege in modern history in Sarajevo. From the shellings of the city, you could see these red marks right here. Now, this was a mortar shell. Anything with red in it means that somebody was killed here. So I think 3 people actually died from a mortar shelling from outside the city, up in the mountains, that hit directly here, right in front of the church. These people have experienced a lot, you know? The city in general, you know, the Ottoman Turks to the Great War with the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand and the Bosnian, Croatian, Serbian wars that in the last 30 years.
Sarajevo is such a unique city. From its Ottoman history and Turkish influence to the architecture of the Austro-Hungarians, this city not only has a complex history, but has a diverse, multicultural identity where mosques, churches, and synagogues coexist. After experiencing the brutal siege in the mid-90s that lasted almost 4 years during the Bosnian War, the city has actively worked towards reconciliation and peace.